So let's begin the 2020 Miss USA preliminary swimsuit competition with Alabama. Kelly is a first-year law student at George Washington University with her sights set on Capitol Hill. This 23-year-old once performed in front of 87,000 people as a member of the Auburn University dance team. Alabama.
Alaska. 25-year-old Hannah recently completed a scholastic fellowship at Columbia University. She speaks 4 languages fluently and is currently working as a second-grade teacher and international education consultant. Alaska.
Arizona. 24-year-old Yesenia is a first-generation Mexican-American whose first language is Spanish. In 5 years, she'd like to run an online business while still pursuing acting as a side gig. Arizona.
Arkansas. Haley is an honors graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree in Nutrition and Dietetics. Raised in a town of 170 people, this 24-year-old has big dreams and recently started an online business selling home decor. Arkansas.
California. 26-year-old Alicia was born in London and proudly became a U.S. citizen over the past year. She's a classically trained pianist, and her paintings have been featured in dozens of galleries. California.
Colorado. 22-year-old Emily plans to get her master's in sports psychology. Both an artist and an athlete, she was a Congressional Art Show contender and a Pac-12 academic All-American mention. Colorado.
Connecticut. Chelsea graduated cum laude with a degree in fashion communication and promotion and a minor in event management. This 24-year-old used to sing in church plays alongside music superstar Meghan Trainor. Connecticut.
Delaware. Katie attended Fordham University on an academic scholarship, earning her degree in Communication and Media Studies. This bilingual 27-year-old is now the social media and marketing coordinator for a fashion house. Delaware.
District of Columbia. Sierra is a classically trained singer. This talented 28-year-old was proud to be the only White House intern in her class to serve the Chief of Staff's office during the Obama administration. District of Columbia.
Florida. Monique graduated from the University of Texas and has a degree in nutritional science with a medical certificate. This globe-trotting 28-year-old once lived in, where else? Australia, and has traveled to an astounding 94 countries. Florida! Sure, you go second. Alabama. Alaska. Arizona. Arkansas. California. Colorado. Connecticut. Delaware. District of Columbia, Florida.
All right, our next group of 10 ladies starts off with Georgia. 22-year-old Alyssa graduated in the top 5% of her high school class and has been named to the Dean's List in college. After completing her health and phys ed degree, she aspires to open a dance and fitness studio. Georgia.
Hawaii. As a member of a military family, Samantha has lived in over 20 countries. This well-traveled 25-year-old is a working actress who has appeared on hit television shows on ABC, CBS, and HBO. Hawaii.
Idaho. 26-year-old Kim is passionate about health promotion and disease prevention. She is currently pursuing degrees in veterinary medicine and public health and should receive her medical license within the next year. Idaho.
Illinois. 22-year-old Olivia is proud to be a first-generation Polish-American. If crowned Miss USA, this avid skier will continue her advocacy for female equality in STEM fields. Illinois.
Indiana. After graduating from George Washington University, Alexis traveled overseas to play volleyball in Switzerland. How cool is that? While in school, this 24-year-old elite athlete was a four-time team captain and national champion. Indiana.
Iowa. 23-year-old Morgan was a recipient of the Make a Difference Award for her volunteer work. This nurse and fitness fanatic spent 4 semesters on the student leaderboard supervising over 70 volunteers at a hospital. Iowa.
Kansas. Hayden once saved a 5-year-old boy from drowning while working as a lifeguard. This 21-year-old is a child advocate who recently went on a service trip to Africa. Kansas.
Kentucky. 24-year-old Lexi has her bachelor's degree in accounting and a double minor in business admin and mathematics. She's an accountant for Jim Beam Brands and helps others gain financial literacy through her blog. Kentucky.
Louisiana. Mariah received a full scholarship to play Division I volleyball, serving as team captain for 2 years. This 24-year-old scholar athlete had one of the 3 highest grade point averages in her graduating class. Louisiana.
Maine. 22-year-old Julia is a college lecturer and youth sports coach. She's currently working on a dual master's degree and hopes to develop more inclusive curriculums and write mental health laws and policies for schools. Maine.
All right, let's bring out our second group of 10 contestants. Georgia. Hawaii. Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Maine. Let's resume the competition with Maryland. Taylor is a travel enthusiast who created Europe's first interactive art museum in Barcelona. This 28-year-old hopes to own and operate museums in the US and create pop-ups around the world. Maryland.
Massachusetts. 23-year-old Sabrina is a trained actor who once performed as a background vocalist for Mariah Carey. Her goal is to create and own a culturally diverse performance studio. Massachusetts.
Michigan. 27-year-old Chanel plans to create a lifestyle brand that will provide wellness products and services to millennial women. She has a degree in criminal justice and enjoys cycling in her spare time. Michigan.
Minnesota. Taylor volunteered at over 50 charity events in college. Now 22, this amateur golfer and artist once worked an event for Best Buddies, advocating for those with intellectual and development disabilities. Minnesota.
Mississippi. Asia attended Harvard University summer school when she was 17. You go, girl. Now 22, this future public relations manager says that experience transformed her into an adventurous, compassionate go-getter. Mississippi.
Missouri. 24-year-old Megan recently took the LSAT and plans to enter law school in the fall. Look out, Chesley. She will one day use her international law degree to advocate for women's health reform globally. Missouri.
Montana. 28-year-old Marissa is an animal rights and environmental activist. This former competitive horseback rider performs at local poetry events and will soon publish her own book of poems. Montana.
Nebraska. A magna cum laude graduate of Belmont's commercial music program, Megan is a decorated songwriter with over 100,000 Spotify streams. By the time she was 12, this 27-year-old already stood 6 foot tall. Nebraska!
Nevada. As a survivor of gun violence, Victoria advocates for responsible gun ownership. This 27-year-old comedy writer helped develop an organic essential oil formula to help aid those struggling with alopecia. Nevada.
New Hampshire. 26-year-old Alyssa has been a dancer since she was 3, performing the lead role in the Nutcracker more than 10 times. Her goal is to teach the science behind nutrition as a professor of biochemistry and human metabolism. New Hampshire. Maryland. Massachusetts. Michigan. Minnesota. Mississippi. Missouri. Montana. Nebraska. Nevada. And New Hampshire. Well done.
All right, let's start our fourth group of 10 contestants with New Jersey. While studying abroad in Europe, Gina visited 13 different countries. At 21, she now hosts workshops that educate young men and women on the signs of healthy and unhealthy relationships. New Jersey.
New Mexico. Cecilia is a bilingual educator teaching English and Spanish to preschoolers. This 28-year-old future special education teacher is a huge baseball fan and plans to visit every MLB stadium by 2025. New Mexico.
New York. Andrea is a public speaker who hosts self-esteem workshops for inner-city girls. Named to Phoenix Magazine's 30 Under 30 for philanthropy, this 25-year-old once piloted a plane from Connecticut to New York. New York.
North Carolina. For the past 2 years, Jane has been a big sister in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. This 22-year-old dance teacher and certified forklift driver has a degree in supply chain management. North Carolina.
North Dakota. Macy works as a paraprofessional for children with emotional disabilities. This kind-hearted 24-year-old recently partnered with the Department of Transportation to help prevent drinking and driving. North Dakota.
Ohio. Stephanie was the honorary chair for 2020's Walk to End Alzheimer's in her hometown. Alzheimer's awareness has been important to this 26-year-old ever since her grandmother was diagnosed with the disease. Ohio.
Oklahoma. 24-year-old Mariah is an active member of the Choctaw Nation. This mental health advocate honors her heritage by reading to her tribe's youth and serving lunch to its seniors. Oklahoma.
Oregon. Katerina once sang the national anthem at a track cycling World Cup event. This 27-year-old classically trained vocalist has performed on national television and has had 2 songs hit the Billboard charts. Oregon.
Pennsylvania. 24-year-old Victoria is a classically trained, award-winning opera singer. She battled 2 rare health conditions growing up and has since raised thousands of dollars to find cures for invisible illnesses. Pennsylvania.
Rhode Island. 25-year-old Janae has been a member of the Screen Actors Guild since she was 5. This former track and field scholarship athlete currently works as a juvenile corrections officer. Rhode Island.
All right, let's bring out our fourth group of 10 contestants. New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. All right, let's continue the competition with South Carolina. 21-year-old Hannah Jane created a program to help others see the possibility. Justice's parents are traveling ministers who began homeschooling her at an early age. This 26-year-old coin collector is currently the director of media and branding for several nonprofits. Give it up for the hometown girl, Tennessee!
Texas. 24-year-old Taylor is an ordained minister and distant relative of Marie Antoinette. She has degrees in communications and broadcast productions and intends to take her skills to the NFL as a sideline reporter. Texas.
Utah. 25-year-old Rachel is the first openly LGBTQ woman to compete for Miss USA. You trailblaze all over that stage, girl. This certified crisis counselor is a public speaker for TEDx and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Utah.
Vermont. 24-year-old Shanna is an advocate for Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, supporting CF patients in honor of her late sister. This fiction writer was a cadet in her high school's Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. Vermont.
Virginia. Susie worked as an actress and onstage dancer at Tokyo Disneyland for over 2 years. This 27-year-old has made her way to 12 countries so far and was once featured on the Travel Channel. Virginia.
Washington. Imani is passionate about making representation and inclusion in the arts, media, and workplace as a top priority. This 25-year-old co-authored a book and once competed in track and field at the Junior Olympics. Washington.
West Virginia. 26-year-old Charlotte flew a plane before ever getting her driver's license. She advocates for leadership training for girls to give them confidence and communication skills for an active role in our political system. West Virginia.
Wisconsin. Gabriella is a former chemist and research scientist who quit her laboratory job to pursue her childhood dream of becoming a TV journalist. Now 28, she works as a news reporter and production assistant. Wisconsin.
Wyoming. Lexi is passionate about teaching and promoting holistic health. This 26-year-old is a certified foot zone practitioner, specializing in muscle testing. Wyoming.
And now let's give a big round of applause for all the group. South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our swimsuit competition. Let's give all